Hello. One of the questions I get asked most often, especially this week, this time of the year, is I'm running short on hay. Should I let the cows back out, or let the sheep or goats out, or do whatever I can to let the horses graze the grass? Because I really don't want to spend any money replacing the hay, or I'm having a hard time finding it. I'm Corey Childs. I'm with the Virginia Cooperative Extension Service, and I'm here to quickly explain why you should keep feeding hay. When you look at the grass, you can tell that yes, it's growing. Yes, it is becoming active, becoming alive, and potentially you think I could save some money by not having to feed. Well, when you take a look at this grass, what do you see? You see grass that is just starting to bloom. You see grass that is not really vegetative at this time. You see grass that's trying to grow, trying to become that photosynthetic power plant that it has to become. Puts it all together to try to make leaves grow, to refoliate, to begin the process of storing energy in its roots to continue to grow throughout the summer. Now, the grass doesn't do that very efficiently at this point in time. When you look at how this could impact the overall timetable for the course of the summer and the total dry matter yield, and how it's going to impact your livestock at this point in time throughout the year. And taking a little closer look at this grass, it is trying very hard to be that power plant and to foliate and to produce a lot of tonnage, but it's just not there yet. It's not efficiently replacing the energy that it's using to try to do the work that's required of it. It's using up a lot more energy and not storing much for the later time periods during the summer. If you're not careful and you graze too early, you really risk lowering the overall dry matter yield of the forage, which this land and this grass can produce over the year, which in turn is going to reduce the overall efficiency of your livestock. Now, the last farm that I visited, the producer grazed his livestock longer in the wintertime and grazed his pasture pretty short. So now he has the animals in the sacrifice area and was trying to determine if he could remove them to go to the grass as it's regrown. Here's another situation just down the road with another producer that has a field that was not grazed as hard throughout the winter, and the cows were pulled off of it and was been allowed to come back a little faster. And this is much closer to being of grazing size. I think when you take a look at this, the grass is actively up. There's greater leaf area. You can tell that it's coming closer to being in a situation where it's starting to grow adequately because it has enough leaf material to perform photosynthesis. And when you look down on it, it's going to look quite a bit different. It's much longer leaf, it's much thicker, much more dry matter out here, and there's a greater chance for it to be ready sooner. There's a greater chance for it to be ready much faster than the grass in the previous field. However, I do feel that you need to strongly consider buying some more hay or using some of your hay reserves to continue feeding the cattle or livestock for another 2 or 3 weeks, at least putting it out there for them as an option, because they need the dry matter. And most of this grass that's growing right now has a very high moisture content, and the livestock need to graze a very large amount of it to meet the dry matter intake for every day. And you may not be able to provide it with just the fresh new grass. not without doing substantial damage to the grass itself. So keep feeding the hay. It'll benefit you in the long run. Increase the yields, increase the efficiency in the livestock, and make you a much happier producer.